Imagine a world where gods roamed the skies, heroes embarked on epic quests, and powerful civilizations rose and fell like the tides. This is the world of ancient Greece, a land of myth and history, where the seeds of Western civilization were sown. Our journey begins in the Bronze Age, with the enigmatic Minoans and the warlike Mycenaeans. So, without wasting any time, let's dive into exploring ancient Greece, Origins to Triumphs Part 1. The Minoans, a civilization in the shadows. Our story starts on the sun-drenched island of Crete, around 3000 BCE, where the Minoan civilization flourished. The Minoans, named after the legendary king Minos, were master builders and artists. Their grand palaces, particularly the one at Knossos, were architectural marvels, adorned with vibrant frescoes depicting bull leaping and goddess worship. The Minoans were a peaceful people, with a strong emphasis on trade. Their ships crisscrossed the Mediterranean, bringing wealth and exotic goods to Crete. However, the Minoans' fate was sealed by a cataclysm. Around 1450 BCE, a devastating event, possibly a volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, modern-day Santorini, triggered a series of natural disasters. Earthquakes and tsunamis ravaged Crete, weakening the Minoan society and paving the way for their conquerors from the mainland, the Mycenaeans. The Mycenaeans, warriors of legend. Enter the Mycenaeans, the fierce warriors who dominated mainland Greece from 1600 to 1100 BCE. Their citadels, perched on hilltops and surrounded by massive walls, spoke of a society ready for war. Mycenaean culture was heavily influenced by the Minoans, evident in their art and religious practices. But unlike the Minoans, the Mycenaeans were a martial people, their heroes immortalized in Homer's epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey. The Mycenaean kings, like Agamemnon, led their armies into battle, their exploits inspiring tales of glory and tragedy. The Trojan War, a defining legend of this era, epitomized the Mycenaean spirit of heroism and honor. However, around 1100 BCE, their civilization too began to crumble. The reasons remain a mystery: internal strife, invasions by the Dorians, or a series of natural disasters could have all played a role. As the Mycenaean palaces fell silent, Greece plunged into a period of darkness. The Dark Ages, a time of transition. For the next few centuries, Greece entered what historians call the Dark Ages, 100–800 BCE. It was a time of obscurity, with the grandeur of the Mycenaean palaces replaced by simpler, more rural lifestyles. The art of writing was lost, and economic and cultural activities diminished. Yet, this was not a time of complete stagnation. Villages began to form, and local leaders emerged, laying the groundwork for future political structures. Slowly, the darkness began to lift. By the end of the Dark Ages, around 800 BCE, Greece was on the brink of a cultural revival. This period saw the reintroduction of writing, using the Phoenician alphabet, and the emergence of new political entities, the city-states, or polis. The Archaic Period, dawn of the city-states. As we step into the Archaic Period, 800–480 BCE, Greece is a land of vibrant city-states, each fiercely independent yet culturally connected. The polis became the cornerstone of Greek civilization. Among these city-states, Athens and Sparta stood out for their unique systems of governance and social organization. In Athens, political innovation was the order of the day. Leaders like Solon and Cleisthenes introduced reforms that laid the foundations for democracy. Solon, in particular, addressed economic inequalities by outlawing debt slavery and restructuring the political landscape. Cleisthenes later reorganized the population into tribes, breaking the power of aristocratic families and giving more citizens a voice in government. Sparta, on the other hand, chose a path of military discipline. Known for their rigorous training and austere lifestyle, the Spartans developed a society that revolved around warfare. From a young age, Spartan boys were trained to be soldiers, living in communal barracks and enduring harsh conditions to toughen them for battle. Cultural flourishing. The Archaic Period was also a time of artistic and intellectual blossoming. The epic poems of Homer, the Iliad and the Odyssey *, were written down, preserving tales of heroism and adventure for future generations. Hesiod's works, Theogony * and Works and Days *, provided insights into Greek mythology and everyday life. In art and architecture, Greeks began to experiment with new styles. The construction of temples using the Doric and Ionic orders began, marking the dawn of classical architecture. Sculptors created life-sized statues, moving away from the rigid forms of earlier periods towards more naturalistic representations. The Persian Wars, a defining conflict. The early classical period, 480–450 BCE, was defined by the Persian Wars, a series of conflicts that united the often warring Greek city-states against a common enemy. The spark for these wars was the Ionian Revolt, where Greek cities in Asia Minor rebelled against Persian rule, with Athens providing support. The Persian response was swift and brutal, leading to the first major conflict, the Battle of Marathon in 490 BCE. Against all odds, the Athenians won a stunning victory. A decade later, the Persian king Xerxes launched a massive invasion, leading to famous battles such as Thermopylae, where King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans made their legendary stand, and the naval Battle of Salamis, where the Greek fleet, under Themistocles, dealt a crushing blow to the Persians. The Greek victories in the Persian Wars ensured their independence and fostered a sense of unity and pride. Athens, in particular, emerged as a powerful city-state, leading the Delian League, an alliance formed to deter future Persian aggression. The rise of Athens. With the Persian threat diminished, Athens entered its golden age under the leadership of Pericles. The city became a hub of art, philosophy, and democracy. The Parthenon, a symbol of Athenian glory, was constructed on the Acropolis, and the city's public life flourished with debates, dramas, and festivals. Great thinkers like Socrates began to question the nature of knowledge and ethics, laying the groundwork for Western philosophy. Playwrights such as Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides transformed the theatre, exploring complex human emotions and social issues through their tragedies. That's all for today's video. If you found this video entertaining, please like the video and subscribe to my channel.